What's up, guys? We're back for more content. This is the Born to be Wild Showdown tournament. It's going to be the first Ultimate Division. First thing I wanted to go over is just promo code. There's a new promo code out. It's ZACHVIP. It's for brand new users only. I'll make sure that you also don't typo. So ZACHVIP. This is the promo code, new users only. So you're going to see the message here. You are no longer eligible for this promotion. However, when you are a brand new account, you will be able to use that, and in the VIP area, so if I go to tournaments, VIP, go down to players, it's going to pop up right here to the left of Jared. So this is an exclusive promo just for brand new users. If you guys haven't checked that out, or if you are a new user or know somebody who wants to play the game, now is a great time to do it because you're going to have a free event for very great rewards. It's even better than a lot of these other rewards that you see here when you get this ZACHVIP. So definitely worth taking advantage of. But we are going to jump in here. We're going to do the Born to be Wild. We are going to be running some content for you guys. This is the qualifier here. Let me just show you what we're looking at reward-based. So some of the best rewards that you have seen, these are the final round rewards. And you'll see as I scroll, very ramped up rewards for the Ultimate Division. So if you guys have not checked this out yet and you feel like you belong in Ultimate Division, feel free to enter that. So we will be entering this, and it is going to be at Jasper Park. We're going to do the best that we can to put up a big score. We'll put this in pop-up mode real quick, expand this down. This is the guide for Ultimate Golf app. Make sure that you get this from the Android or iOS store for free. And I'm just going to go ahead and get my subscription. My subscription works a little bit different than most other people's. I'm kind of in both states at the same time. So here you're going to see we just join. It gives me 30 minutes to go and shoot. We're going to turn on meshes. So we have our normal setup here. And let's jump back in and we will do the Ultimate Golf. So here it is. We are going to blast this down as far as possible. Also keep in mind the wind jitter is going to be on for this event. So you're going to see wind jitter being turned on. So we're going to go aim over here. Also, maybe a good time for you to maybe use some pins. Try to get this up here as far as possible. Keep in mind, the farther you drop it, the easier the second drop is going to be. So something to think about for, maybe not, round one, but round one is also important now. Cumulative tiebreaker. So every hole that you play now is going to be impacted greatly. So you're going to want to do things that put the ball as close to the hole as possible. And as you can see here, we're just putting this right on the front of the green. Let's see what we are percentage-wise. Keep in mind, this is an uphill approach. What is that, 76%, somewhere in there? It's tough to do 76% topspin. I don't know if I should do this or just kind of back away. 76% on a topspin shot is not easy. So that's one of the main advantages why you might want to just blast it up here a little bit farther. So you don't have to hit this backspin approach. So we're going to go at this with some backspin. We'll keep that ball guide really tight on the hole. It's going to collapse down a little bit. So if you blast it up a little bit farther, you may be able to do a little bit easier shot. I'm going to be into the 90s, maybe 92%. Uphill though. So keep in mind you may need to go just a tad bit more. Sometimes I might add a percent or two. So I'm thinking 9.3 rings in this situation. You can see ball guide very tight on the hole. Keep in mind with that wind jitter on, also wind angle is going to become very important. So we're going to try to just go right here, 9.3. Keep in mind we have practice pins. We also have replays that we can use. And as you can see, it looks like it's coming in very nice. Just wind effect. It looks like it landed pretty spot on. Just needed to go just a hair more. And as you can see, only 800 on the tiebreaker there. This may be a good time, you know. Not necessarily that you have to, but let me just go ahead and we'll give this another crank. Why not? Because I just want to show you guys how much more advantageous it can be. And it looks like the wind is tilted just a little bit more. Here you can see the jitter is a little bit more side wind on this. So potentially we're going to have more side wind. And this is a good opportunity, like I mentioned, to potentially break out a pin. So this is going to add topspin. It's going to add power. All the above. And let's just see what we can get this up to. And like I mentioned, this just makes it that much easier. Watch your pulls though, because this fairway is tight enough that you're going to want to make sure that you do get, you know, and you can see I hit a great ball, but it converted, thank goodness, because you will pull too much and put yourself in a bind, potentially missing the fairway. So this is much more of a range where we can go for an aggressive topspin shot. So as you guys can see what we're doing, we're putting this ball guide through the hole. And like I mentioned, you know, down here, you can see what is that, 10, 20, 30, 40, just beyond 50%. Much easier, 52, 53%. Keep in mind, uphill nature, just like I mentioned, you may want to go a little bit extra percent. And that's why you could see I went a little bit light on my last one. So going just a little over pull, plus topspin model, 4.1 in this situation with the topspin. Oh, but we're not doing full topspin. When we're not doing full topspin, we may need to do a little bit in between here. So somewhere in between there could be the correct. So we're only like half topspin. So let's go about this, which is maybe, what's that, 3.8 or something? Just a little bit light here. Let's just see what this looks like. Maybe should have just kept it just a little bit more. But as you can see, a little bit closer to the hole, 883, it's also makeable. So you can see with that topspin model, using a pin there, it's going to give you a slight advantage. So worth going through some practice attempts. You know, maybe I should have just stayed a little bit more true to the topspin model there. Also keep in mind with the uphill nature, you have to go a little bit extra on the adjustment. Keep in mind on both my shots, both the topspin and backspin, I was light on the adjustment because you need to go a little bit extra. So do keep that in mind about the little bit extra that you'll want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and blast this. If you guys like playing back to Bigfoot range, feel free to lay back intentionally. Totally up to you. I also think using a pin, you can actually get this up to wedge distance. So this is a very short par 5. If you did want to blast it, you can get yourself up there just a little bit better. Give yourself a chance to get to wedge range if you do so choose. So here you can see, here's max on the club here. Let's see what my options are going to be. You can go spec. Here's max on spec. This is 6 rings for max. 5 rings for max, somewhere in there. So we're 5 rings for max. I don't think it's going to shoot down this hill with the tailwind. So we're just going to play it pretty tight here. 5, 6 rings for max. .2. 5 rings for max. 4-6. 4-6 in this instance. Keep in mind, pull angle is going to be very difficult. It's kind of what's interesting about the wind jitter feature. Makes it a lot tougher for you to dial in shots. So we're going to go somewhere right around here, 4.6 rings. Let's give this a go, see what it looks like. Remember, pull angle is going to be important. As you can see, probably the biggest issue there was the angle. So you'll see only 1760. Keep in mind, a lot of your opponents are going to have the same hurdle with this new wind jitter feature. Much tougher to get your correct pull angle, so you're going to see a lot more misses. This is going to be universal for everybody, which means take advantage of the holes that you can. Holes 1, for example. Try to get dialed. Try to get that down. This is another great example. You can see here, tailwind. Good opportunity maybe to use a Pro D. We'll just blast this up here with some curl, something to the effect of this. Take advantage of these holes where you get the opportunity, because these are the eagles that you're going to want to grab. So this guide here is going to show you basically what is possible. And as you can see, I can get up on that green. All it's going to be about dialing in that shot. So if you do want to get up on that green, get some extra tiebreakers. As you can see, it's going to be easy to do. You're just going to have to get that referencing aim down. So keep that in mind. We are just going to keep this ball guide right in the hole. From this close, we shouldn't have to worry about that. It's just going to come down to ultimate shot. And there you can see ultimate shot. We get the drop. That's one extra bonus stroke that we're able to get on this hole. So take advantage of those opportunities. As you can see, you know, we could essentially be 2 for 3 there in those first 3 holes. Also keep in mind, these par 3s, these are great attempts for you to use your practice tokens and whatnot. It's going to help you isolate and get a game plan for the shot. And as you can see, this is close to min club on the Hellfire. Maybe one ring from min or something. So 1 ring for min. I'll just put this ball guide pretty tight on the hole. Something you can see I use 2 left spin as well. So 1 ring for min here. We'll go Hellfire. Hellfire 6. 1 ring for min. 4.4 on the wind. 2.8. 2.8. Keep in mind, like I mentioned, it's going to be about that pull angle. Not easy to do pull angle with the jitter feature. Jitter feature making these shots much more difficult to execute. So you guys will have to try the best that you can. And let's just see what this pull angle looks like. The correct pull angle is somewhere in there. We just don't know as players where it is. So you're going to see a lot more shots, and this is a perfect example. It's shooting off to the left because the pull angle was not correct. So it is going to be vital that you guys get in there as tight as possible and give yourself the best opportunities, because it's going to come much more down to proximity to hole versus actually dropping all of these holes. So what you're going to see is a lot of your competition, they're not going to be dropping all of these shots. They're going to be getting them close versus actually making drops. And par 5 here, another short par 5. Good opportunity potentially to throw a pin on there. So let me just go ahead and do that. You can see a nice little tailwind here. So why not try to blast it up there? See how far we can get this. Good opportunity on par 5s to stay aggressive. So I'm just going to stay aggressive. See how far we can get it down there. More rollouts. Closer we get to the hole, gives us that much more of a chance. 350 on the tee shot. You can see another little tailwind here. There's the wedge right there. So let's see how close. It looks a little short, but you can see how close we're getting. We are getting very, very close to making this close enough to hit this shot. It might just be a tad bit short, but let's just see what the top spin model looks like. So maybe a second pin, or if you have, Red Bar Chat a 7 as opposed to what I have, you're going to give yourself that much more of a chance. And this is showing 14 rings. So we'll go the 14. And then maybe I just push up slightly. So a little bit beyond 14. And then like I mentioned, maybe I just push up, straight up, just to try to help this ball get to the pin. That's maybe about 3 rings. Let's just see what this looks like. It just gives you that much more of a chance, hopefully, to get this drop here. Here you can see it's coming in, it's starting to curl. Just needed just a little bit more push up. You saw I got myself a little bit in between clubs. 1680, that's gonna not necessarily be the best tiebreaker, but if you can get that up to the wedge, I guarantee you, you're probably more likely to make a wedge, especially with the jitter feature, than you are with a big foot laying back kind of intentionally in a tailwind situation. So it's about playing those percentages. If we can get it up close enough, might as well take advantage of it. Another great opportunity here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. The other alternative is to potentially just go pro D-ball instead of a pin, but I'm going to make sure that I get this pitch. So what this is going to do is it's just going to kind of secure the pitch for me. But 2 options here. We can either go pin or we could go pro DX ball. And as you can see, we are close. We can even roll this one up onto the green as well. You can try pro DX, see what it looks like. You may be able to roll it up there. But like I mentioned, take advantage of these opportunities. You want these 999s because we have cumulative tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is going to be the important thing. And here we are. Here you can see we are on the short end of the club here. Probably count down for max. Just going to go ahead and switch this back to Orion. We'll count down for max. Again, like we mentioned here, going to be tough to get this dialed. It looked like maybe I was 6 rings for max. I'll set that for now, and we'll try to alter it. Here's the max line. And it looks like the pin is more 6 for max. This is 7 for max. Maybe a little bit beyond 7. 7.5 or something. A little bit of right spin. Maybe that's too much. We'll come just to 1 bar here. That looks pretty good. As you can see, I'm keeping it pretty tight. It's going to collapse down a little bit. As I mentioned, this is maybe 7, 7.5. 365. Keep in mind, this is where pull angle, again, pull angle going to be so critical. It's going to be super tough to dial in the correct pull angle. So how do we dial in the correct pull angle? Not easy thing to do. So hopefully you guys are on point. Because check this out. You can see, look how far left it is. So we missed by this much, 677, and it's all that pull angle. So that's just showing you how much tougher it is for these golfers to be able to nail these shots. So instead of drops, easy, gameable, all you have to do is count and, take 5 hours to shoot your round. Now you get the opportunity to essentially just, you're going to have to be more strategic, try to be as dialed as you can just to, get those 880s, 890s instead of just the easy guaranteed drops. So, in this hole, I may just lay back here. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just bring this off the tee here. See, I'm doing it with backspin. Going to be much easier to come at this aggressive. I was hoping to get the short iron range. Let's see if we did. I believe I did. We did, just not with this one. So we're going to have to use the Spectra. And here's Max Spectra right here. So we will open this app. We will go back, put Spectra in. 4.1. This is what, about 5-6 rings for Max. Be just one right spin. Try to straighten this out if we can. 6 rings for Max here. Something to the effect of this. Pulling off the green. Maybe you have to slight underpull. Again, though, pull angle going to be so difficult in these situations. It's going to be so difficult. Because if you don't have that right angle, what you're going to see is you're just going to miss these by a lot. But the closer you get to that angle, which it looks, this is pretty good. As you can see, we were all over. Oh, backspinning now. So watch that backspin. You couldn't see it on the guide. I didn't think it was going to rapid fire back like that because of the slope here. But I was just a little bit aggressive. So you could try to take off some of that, try to hit more of a stop shot. Because I'm telling you, 761, that's going to really affect us when we talk about that tiebreaker score. So keep in mind that these are cumulative events. You're going to want to keep it as close as possible to the hole. And here you can see we are going to use right around, is that about 4 topspin? Let's see what we can do with 4 topspin. See if that's about the right remedy here. Let's give this a go. See what it looks like. 4 topspin at the max line. 320. Maybe just a slight underpull because the fact that it's downhill. The big issue here is going to be pull angle. You got to be somewhere close on that pull angle. So if you are not close on that pull angle, you're going to miss this by a lot. But let's just see what 4-ish topspin looks like landing on the front of the green. Looks like my angle's pretty good. There it is. We're actually able to get it. So an extra 1,400. 4 topspin seems to be about the right remedy there. It's all going to come down to that pull angle. So that 1,400 is going to make up for a couple of my misses there. So, you know, the 760, the 1686. We could have cleaned that up a little bit better, but 10-2, not terrible. So not a terrible tiebreaker score, 10-2. With the extra 1,400 boost there, that's minus 14. Keep in mind that tiebreaker, that 10-2-2-8 is going to roll over to your second round. It's going to roll over into the third round. So it is important to hit those as close as possible. Do the best that you can, because scoring on these are going to be that much more difficult. So keep all that in mind. Best of luck with your rounds out there, guys. And take care. See you guys next time.